Working in customer support is a real challenge at times, but working in tech support, I can't even imagine. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Tech Support. This first post is by OhGoody74 titled, "My customer's laptop shut off for no apparent reason." So this happened a few years ago. As stated in an earlier post, in my town, I am a locally known computer guy. On the side from my full-time job, I build systems for people, fix systems, set up new systems, etc. One evening, I'm at home and a call came in. It is a customer I had helped many times, and 2 years prior, helped her get a laptop and set it up for her, and set up her wireless router after her satellite internet got installed. Satellite was her only option as she was in a very rural area. Upon answering, my customer says, "I have a problem." I ask what's going on. She proceeds to tell me that she was using her laptop, everything was working great, and all of a sudden, it just shut itself off. Thinking to myself that yeah, that is strange, I started going through the diagnostics. I asked her first off what she was doing when it happened. She said she was just playing on Facebook. My next thought was maybe it was sitting on her lap or on blankets or something and it overheated, causing it to shut off for safety's sake. So I asked if she was just sitting at her desk. She said, "No, I was laying in my bed." Okay. Now we are getting somewhere. I told her that maybe the airflow was obstructed and it shut off. I asked her if the bottom felt hot. She said, "No, not really." So then I said, make sure the power adapter did not come loose from the laptop or at the power brick part. This is where it gets good. Her response was, "What power adapter?" I said, "The power adapter for the laptop. Make sure it didn't come out of the laptop." She says, and I am not joking, "I don't have a power adapter for this laptop." I am confused. I asked her what does she mean she doesn't have a power adapter for the laptop. She replied by saying, "Remember when you set this up? You set up wireless. I don't have a power adapter for it." Before I went further into this, I asked her if she usually lays on her bed with her laptop. She said no, that this was the first time she removed it from the desk and took it to her bedroom. Aha! So I told her that I think the battery died and told her to take the laptop back to the desk and locate the power plug and plug the laptop back in. She argued and told me that I was not listening to her or understanding her, and she insisted that there is not and never has been a power plug for the laptop. In the most professional and strategic way possible, I informed her that there is no such thing as wireless power, and that what she was referring to was the wireless internet. She insisted she has never had a power plug for the laptop, but she took it back to the desk. So after some explaining and describing the power plug and where to plug it in, she finally gets it plugged in. I tell her to hit the power button, and what do you know, it powers up. Problem solved. I explained to her that all laptops have to have a power adapter to keep the battery charged, and that I assumed that when she took the laptop off of the desk, she inadvertently unplugged it, and after some time, the battery died, causing it to shut down. At this point, she was satisfied with my answer and thanked me. Hold on, it continues. So about now, she starts brainstorming and trying to think about how the power adapter could have come unplugged. I again tell her that when she picked it up off of the desk and walked away, the plug probably just popped out. It was like she did not even hear my explanation. She came up with her own theory. I swear, I cannot make this stuff up. She says, "Oh, I think I know how that came unplugged." Interested, I asked how. She explains that earlier in the day she noticed her internet went out, and she continues to explain that she knew the issue was snow piled up on the satellite dish. She explained how she got her broom, went outside, and swept the snow off of the dish. That is all she said. I sat there waiting until she followed it up with, "So yeah, I probably knocked the power cable loose when I did that." Not wanting to deal with this anymore, I simply said, "Yeah, probably," and ended the call. I could not bring myself to even charge her for the service call. I will be posting more of these as I think of them. Hope you enjoyed. I mean, I've heard some pretty crazy tales. My sister works in tech support, so I mean, she tells me a lot of this is common. However, thinking that the power adapter is attached to the satellite and that's attached to your computer, wow, that's a whole nother level of just wow. And this next one is by Baron Ibellin, titled Exempt Mr. Big Shot. I work at my company's HQ. We support probably over 100 users that have medium high-profile articles written about them, plus their assistants and interns. For those unaware, Microsoft ended support for Windows 7 in January this year. For us folks in the industry, we knew well ahead of time and upgraded all machines to Windows 10 accordingly. I've been involved in Windows 10 upgrade projects at other companies since 2017. Across the board, upgrading to Windows 10 has been non-negotiable once IT decides to make its move. Current company decides at roughly the end of 2018 to start moving all remaining Windows 7 machines to Windows 10. Emails are sent to all employees, signed by the CEO/CIO. This is coming from the top guys in our entire industry. We're having global IT meetings on Zoom every 2 weeks to discuss progress. Our office's remaining Windows 7 numbers are going down. We're still sending emails every couple of weeks as a reminder to those who haven't switched and what they need to coordinate with us to get it done. Cue Mr. Big Shot, who is clearly exempt. With 7 months to go, he starts emailing my manager saying he can't move to Windows 10 because his current setup is too specific. Windows 10 is a piece of shit, etc. Manager replies stating this is non-negotiable, gives him the January deadline. After he gets the next reminder email, Mr. Big Shot contacts his boss. Says the same thing. Boss points out that the rest of their team has managed to switch, and that the top level of the company is asking this. Next reminder, and he heads down to our in-house IT assistants and tells us he needs to speak to our manager and get exemption because, well, he's a big shot. Manager states exactly what was said in previous email. We reached 2 months out. In our global IT meeting, we're told we can inform users their machines will be cut from the network if they don't make the switch. We're given the full backing from the top of the company to cut people off once January 14th, 2020 hits. Big Shot emails one of my coworkers to come up and speak with his admin. Admin explains Big Shot's exemption status. Coworker explains the cutoff threat. It's the new year. Big Shot goes to the head of his department, stating he is exempt. Department head asks CIO if there are exemptions. CIO is very clear. It's January 14th, 2020. Coworker who spoke with Big Shot's admin pulls the plug. Big Shot's network access is gone. I'm at the in-house IT area. Big Shot's admin comes down and shows me the laptop, explaining he can't connect to the internet. I take one look at the machine, put on my "I haven't heard that name in years" face, and act super surprised that there's a computer still running Windows 7, given how much of a security risk it is to the entire company, and that we've made IT's position very, very clear over the past 12 months. I tell her I have to take the computer and upgrade it immediately. It's going to take the rest of the day and he'll get it back tomorrow. I call coworker over here, hand him the machine. Admin heads upstairs and explains to Big Shot. Big Shot immediately complains to the department head, who chastises him. Department head calls my manager to apologize, thanks us for our patience, and gives his full backing to do as needed with the machine. I checked our ticket history yesterday. We haven't had a ticket from him in 9 months. It's amazing to think that certain people feel that they're entitled to have exemptions like that, especially when you're on the company's network. I mean, if you're given 12 months to upgrade, then you have 12 months to figure out your course of action on how you can shift to Windows 10 smoothly. Because they chose not to, they got cut off, and you know what? That's their own problem. Well, that's enough Tales from Tech Support today. If you guys liked any of the posts, the links are down in the description below. Head on over to Reddit and show the OP some love. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell and drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.